do a total eclipse.
KUAM News headlines are presented by Calvo's Insurance, protecting Micronesia for 85 years. Matson and the Adai Itano program. Apply at matson.com and McDonald's of Guam. I'm loving it.
How much is a 0.5% worth? Guam's fiscal experts say lawmakers' answer could affect everything from the rebuild of Simon Sanchez High School to village road repairs. I'm Nevaeh Anderson with your budget update coming up.
Crews with the Guam Power Authority continue power restoration efforts across the island to include here at Chalampago Ordot. I'm Mitsuki Hirayama with the latest on the recovery progress coming up.
A viral video depicting a group of men fishing in a marine preserve is prompting an illegal fishing investigation by the Guam Department of Agriculture. I'm Don Sulet with the details tonight.
Afternoon, everybody, and welcome to your Friday Night News. I'm Jason Salas. This is Prime Time. Here's your top stories for tonight. Well, we continue our coverage of lawmakers' debate of the government of Guam's fiscal year 2027 budget bill, with fiscal experts warning now a 0.5% tax reduction could have big consequences. Nevaeh Anderson gives you a look inside the numbers.
So everybody who's been waiting for Simon Sanchez apparently is going to have to wait a little longer.
That was the warning from Bureau of Budget Management and Research Director Lester Carlson as lawmakers continued deliberations on the proposed fiscal year 2027 budget bill. Dissolving into the Committee of the Whole, senators heard from the governor's fiscal team, including BBMR, the Office of Finance and Budget, the Department of Administration, and the Department of Revenue and Taxation. There, Carlson laid out what he says is the real cost of reducing the business privilege tax. He stated while Guam's economy remains strong, lowering the tax rate from 4.5% to 4% as required by last year's budget law would leave tens of millions of dollars less in the general fund. Money, he said, would otherwise help pay for some of the island's biggest needs.
Because we're cutting BPT from 4.5% to 4% and reducing our revenues by a minimum of $40 million, this is the result of not funding BPT at 4.5%. Number one, there is not a penny for Simon Sanchez High School.
The Simon Sanchez High School project has already faced years of delays, most recently because of a procurement protest. But Carlson told senators that even if the dispute is resolved, the bigger problem is finding the money to build the school. And rather than directing funding towards the construction project, the proposed FY27 budget bill only requires quarterly updates on the project's status from the Guam Department of Education superintendent.
Even if the protest is resolved at the end of the month, we're stuck because we don't have money.
Carlson added the funding gaps don't stop there. He pointed to the Department of Corrections modernization plan, which is mandated by the FY26 budget law to receive $5 million in funding only after audits confirm higher than projected government revenues. With those audits nearly 2 years from completion, he said the project will also have to be put on hold.
But if we don't have any funding for the DOC modernization in this budget, we're not going to be able to move forward. There's not any money. It's just a promise.
Carlson then warned that the same budget pressures could be felt on roads across the island. The governor's executive budget request for fiscal year 27 includes $10 million for village street paving, which relies on local dollars rather than federal highway funding. But in lawmakers' version, less than half of that amount has been allocated. Carlson said delaying those repairs now could drive up costs later.
If we don't fund it, then we're just compounding a maintenance issue, and that maintenance issue can be extrapolated to all areas of government, including, I'll get to this later, but school repairs.
Carlson's message to senators was that the debate isn't just about a 0.5% tax cut. He said it's about what the government may be leaving unfunded if general fund revenues continue to shrink and what the people of Guam may have to continue going without.
You're giving up a lot to reduce that BPT from 4.5 to 4.
Whether senators agree with Carlson's assessment remains to be seen. But as deliberations continue, senators' debate will surely shift from dollars and cents to decisions and consequences. Nevaeh Anderson, KUAM News.
This storm recovery update is brought to you by Burger King, Donna Munya Kanata Roy Adonai Treasurer, IP&E, Shell, IT&E, and Tenorio Munya Barnes for Guam, Antoinette Tony Sanford Treasurer.
Well, areas across the island continue to come back online as the Guam Power Authority's crews work around the clock after Super Typhoon Bobby. The system load is currently 66% restored as of this morning, with feeders and circuits 73% energized. Matsuki Hirayama caught up with GPA as they tackled one neighborhood in Ordat Salampago that saw extensive damage to their power lines.
Line crews with the Guam Power Authority clear heavy vegetation weighing down power lines in a Chalampago-Ordod neighborhood Thursday afternoon. They're one of 15 GPA crews working around the clock to patrol, assess, and restore power across the island, which is now at 66% restored, 4 days after Bobby, or 3 days since Core 4. GPA Communications Manager Joyce Sayama speaks with us on site.
This is just some of the work that they have to do to clear the lines so that when the feeder, right, P250 here in Chalampago is ready, they'll be able to energize this feeder. So a lot of this work has to be done up front, where they have to come and patrol the lines and see where the damage areas are, right, whether they're minimal or they're extensive, so that the work can continue and we can energize the communities.
Sayama says this neighborhood situation is a prime example of extensive damage after a mass amount of overgrown bamboo fell on the lines during the typhoon. While GPA is on phase 2 of power restoration, putting priority on areas with minimal damage, she says that doesn't mean they will ignore areas with significant damage when crews see them on patrol. Here in this neighborhood, GPA will have to return later with heavy equipment to cut down the vegetation before the area can safely get back online.
But our teams are moving safely and quickly as possible to restore the entire island. So this is just one sector. We have teams in northern, southern sectors, and they may be facing the same situation. But we're just, letting the community know, please let our line workers just continue the work so that it doesn't slow down the progress, and also, for their safety.
GPA currently has 15 active crews with 15 bucket trucks on island. Crews are working in 2 shifts of 12 hours, ensuring restoration efforts are underway 24/7. That includes some 90 employees who have been working non-stop after being deployed to Saipan for Typhoon Sinlaku just 3 months ago, who were then called back to Guam in anticipation for Bobby. The agency is also waiting for 8 more bucket trucks and other equipment to return from Saipan.
Our team is doing the best they can, possibly, right? And our prayers go out to our brothers and sisters in the north, Sinamai, but our teams here. And we just ask the community, please pray for our crews. As you know, they've been working since Sinlaku in April, and they're back. They helped our community in Saipan, and then they're helping the community here again.
Meantime, the community can keep up to date with GPA's power restoration progress and areas of focus over the next 1 to 3 days across KUAM and GPA's social media platforms. Mitsuki Hirayama, KUAM News.
In other news, a viral video is prompting an investigation by the Guam Department of Agriculture. The video in question depicts individuals on one of Guam's marine preserve beaches allegedly fishing illegally. Here's KUAM's Don Sulat with details in this next report.
The Guam Department of Agriculture's Law Enforcement Division is actively investigating an alleged illegal fishing incident occurring in Gun Beach following a viral video. The commentator alleges that the men in the video were fishing 50 feet from the reef. DOAG Conservation Officer Sergeant Cheyenne Acheta confirms that the incident occurred before Super Typhoon Bobby. Acheta telling KOAM that they are aware of the video and addresses the concerns regarding fishing in a marine preserve.
In regards to that video, the conservation officers were still reviewing the incident to determine exactly what happened and whether laws or regulation have been violated. Okay, because Gun Beach connects to Lovers Point, and beyond that, that's not a marine preserve. So again, we're still doing our investigation.
Acheta clarifying with KOAM that fishing is allowed within a marine preserve, but there are rules. Those rules include the approved fishing methods, such as rod and reel or cast net, otherwise known as talaza, size limits, and what type of species that can be legally caught.
We'll talk about gun beach. Fishing is allowed, but from the shoreline. Okay, you can fish, you can utilize rod and reel and cast net. And then from the reef margin of Tuma Bay, you're allowed to cast net only for a certain type of fish.
Aicheta telling KUAM that the video appears to show quote-unquote non-targeted fish or fish not approved to be caught in a marine preserve. Should the investigation prove that the individuals were fishing illegally, if these individuals are found for a crime, what potential charges could they face?
Right now, sir, we don't cite individuals. And that video shows non-targeted fish. It's an automatic arrest, okay? And there's a lot of fish. It's a, you know, it's pretty big. There's a lot, and that's, like I said, that's a marine preserve area, but we cannot confirm if that came from the, you know, beyond that.
As for what you can do to get better educated with Guam's fishing laws and marine preserves, Aicheta says the department's conservation officers are always approachable.
We love to share the information. We love to share where you can fish, and we love to share about the rules in the marine preserve.
Anyone with additional information or footage of the incident are encouraged to contact the Department of Agriculture's Law Enforcement Division by calling 671-300-0760 or email at conservation@doag.guam.gov. Reporting for KUAM News, I'm Don Sulet.
Also tonight, authorities say a man reported missing following Super Typhoon Bavi has been found dead. The Guam Police Department says a family member reported Michael Stephen Kahn missing on July the 6th, and once storm conditions subsided on July the 7th, GPD SWAT officers, family members, friends, and a police drone launched a search in the Salampago area. A search volunteer later located the body of an adult male, with detectives believing the deceased is Kahn, and opened a separate death investigation. Next of kin has been notified, and the body has been transported to the Chief Medical Examiner's office. Please stay tuned, everybody. We're back right after this.
Ready to make the splash this summer? Kmart is. Dive into the fun. Get in the game. Make some waves. Summer Splash at Kmart.
Half a day and welcome back, everybody. Residents now have another option for disposing of storm debris, as the Department of Public Works has officially opened its Teaden Green Waste site beginning today, Friday. Now, at least 20 residents showed up promptly at 8 a.m. with the site operating daily from 8 to 5 and accepting green waste only. Now, this includes tree branches, leaves, and other types of yard debris. Officials remind the public that construction debris will not be accepted at the Teaden location and must instead be taken to the EPOW Point disposal site. We told you about that yesterday. If you want to find out, check out our YouTube channel. It's a cool story. DPW encourages residents to properly separate their debris before arriving to help keep disposal operations running smoothly. From Barrigada Heights, the Department of Revenue and Taxation says 4 businesses were cited following that agency's latest island-wide alcohol compliance inspections. Over a 3-month period, Rev Tax compliant inspectors visited almost 420 retailers, restaurants, and other establishments to ensure they were following the island's alcohol laws. Inspectors did issue notices of violations to Max's Restaurant, New Best Store, New GCC Mart, and New Lati Store, resulting in a combined total of $6,000 in fines. Under local law, employees and managers who sell or serve alcohol must have valid alcohol and beverage license cards, with businesses with on-site alcohol consumption licenses also required to have either the owner or manager present during certain hours of alcohol service. Establishments must also meet labeling and signage requirements, with Rev and Tax saying its compliance branch oversees enforcement involving alcohol, cannabis, tobacco, amusement devices, and other regulated industries. Businesses with questions about compliance requirements are encouraged to contact the agency's compliance branch.
Head of the Class, Class of 2026 is proudly presented by Bank of Guam, the People's Bank, and DCSP 21 DBA Amentum.
The green and gold is upon us tonight for our Head of the Class segment, where we shine the spotlight, the very deserving spotlight, on some of the island's top students from our public, private, and charter schools. And today we head out to JFK High to meet that school's valedictorian and salutatorian. Go Islanders!
Today, I'm Ryder Torres, and I'm the valedictorian of John F. Kennedy High School's graduating class of 2026. Some highlights of my high school career include being the president of the International Friendship Organization for 2 years and going on 3 consecutive island trips. I was also a part of the first Global Robotics Championship team for Guam last October in 2025. I was a boys tennis player for 4 years, and I was also part of the NASA Tech Rise program my senior year. My plans after grad, I am committed to Purdue University in Indiana, and I am pursuing a degree in mechanical engineering where I'll be there for the next 4 years. And after that, my dream is to hopefully work for NASA as an engineer. I'd say don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone. High school can be a little bit scary, but I'd say try new things, join that new club, or make new friends, or even, take that class that you might be scared to take, because you never know where it might lead you. And to just join as many things as you can, because you never know what you might like or what might be the right thing for you. First of all, I'd like to give a special shout out to my friends for always being there when I needed help and when I was at my lowest moments. I'd like to give a special thanks to my teachers, especially Ms. Bozele, Mr. Samante, and Ms. Basilio, for not only advising me in my programs and my leadership positions, but also teaching me how to go out of my comfort zone and how to recover when things go wrong. And most importantly though, I'd like to give a special shout out to my family and my mom and dad for being my main source of motivation and my main source of support when it came to everything I wanted to do.
Hi everyone, my name is Alyssa Tagawa, and I'm JFK High School's class of 2026 salutatorian. I would say that my biggest highlight of high school was the NASA Tech Rise team, because every day we came together as a team to work on our payload, and there was just problems after problems. And when there was a problem, we would come together to try and fix it. And I think that's what helped us strengthen our bond, because we really felt like cousins and siblings. And it was in those shared failures and successes where we learned to truly network and build relationships. So my plans after graduation are to get my biomedical degree and then transition off island to med school, where then I can earn my medical degree and then my residency. And as a dermatologist, I hope to be able to dedicate at least 1 to 2 months of my year to travel to places that are less fortunate so I can help treat their skin problems. So my message to underclassmen would be to kill the part of you that feels embarrassed, because many times ourselves, we are our biggest obstacles. And it is fear and anxiety that holds us back from doing our passions, from achieving what we can truly do, and being in the clubs and positions where we can really make a difference. So stop saying no to yourself before you allow other opportunities to come. So to my family and friends, I would say thank you for being by me through my best, worst, and most tired versions of myself. Thank you for picking me back up through the most difficult parts of my life, and for understanding during times where I was too tired, and just for being there for me. And I think if it wasn't for their prayers and faith, I wouldn't be where I am today.
Head of the class of 2026, is proudly presented by Bank of Guam, the People's Bank, and DCSP 21 DBA Amentum.
Now for a look at your world at home.
Okay, everybody, now geography tells us that Maina is our island's smallest village, but you know what? You cannot measure this central village's heart. Here is their parish.
Don't need a work break, keep the smile on your face. The moments you can't replace, and I'll be around. Whoa. You can count on me. You can count on me for life.
Wherever life takes you, we're always here for you. Calvo's Insurance. Count on us for life.
Now it pays to spread the Better Together experience. With our brand new referral program, you can earn up to $150 in account credits for every referral you bring in. That's right, family, neighbors, friends, even your coworkers. Just pass them your account name and account number. When they sign up for Docomo Pacific service and drop your info, cha-ching! Credit applied. So spread the word and start stacking those savings. Additional conditions may apply. Docomo Pacific, we're better together.
Tonight's sports feature is brought to you by Cars Plus.
We're basically sacrificing our summer to try and get better, so when the season comes up, we're more prepared for 15s.
Down, calm down, play smart.
And just being able to show, like, this is who we are, like, this is Guam, this is how we play. It's just an incredible feeling.
We gotta do it island style, right?
Thank you, coach. Thank you. Thank you, man. You ready?
America's 250th anniversary, Jeep and Captain America are saluting real captains of America.
All clear, Cap.
Heroes like Captain Nuger, Captain Enda.
Team, I got eyes on Cap.
Captain Murray.
Copy that.
Captain McCall. And all those who served our country.
Need to live, Captain? Brought my own, Captain.
And as America's veteran SUV, Jeep is built for freedom and driven by heroes.
Now, for a limited time, get our largest pizza at our lowest price. Just $9.99 for our classic New York-style pizza. It's 30% larger than our large, and at only $9.99 for carryout. Don't wait. Order now at your Island Pizza Hut.
Foodie Call is served fresh, presented by Pepsi. Burgers better with Pepsi.
Hey guys, I'm Shaylee.
And I'm Kobe.
And we're back with another edition of Foodie Call.
Yes, today we're at Each Street Grill in Tumon, here to try out some of their delicious looking items and even some of their new items as well. Yeah, we're trying out their Loco Moco, but with bacon. And then we'll be trying their ribs, their Huli Huli chicken bowl.
My go-to.
And then last but not least, they're actually starting a new Smash Burger series. So today we'll be trying the Wild West Smash Burger with their house-made pickles.
Let's chow.
Where should we start?
Let's go with my go-to. Let's see if you like it.
The chicken. Cheers. Wow, the sauce on that chicken is like, it's a good place between sweet and tangy.
This is my favorite.
Really good.
Oh yeah.
Well, that was pretty smooth.
That was nice.
That looks tender.
Good.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
That's soft.
That was really tender. Pepsi break.
Let's dive into this Loco Moco.
Yeah, let's do it. Cheers. I've never had a Loco Moco with bacon before.
It's an interesting addition to it.
Yeah.
The gravy, it's not like any other Loco Moco gravy. It's a little, it feels lighter.
Yeah.
It tastes lighter than like, with the bacon though, the bacon, I would get it with bacon.
Yeah.
All right guys,
Right.
our last item, the
finale.
Wild West Smash Burger.
First, I want to try these pickles.
Yeah, the pickles are homemade, so I do want to try it. It's a nice subtle pickle taste. All
Ready?
right, cheers.
Cheers.
Wow.
Wow.
The onions are like fried,
Mm-hmm.
so it adds that extra crunch to it. The sauce is good. I like the sauce.
One thing you can mess up about a burger is like too much flavor. This is a good balance.
Yeah.
Everything that's in it.
Let's take one more Pepsi break because burgers are better with Pepsi. Cheers. That wraps up another edition of Foodie Call. Thank you to our friends at Pepsi for sponsoring this segment, and of course to our friends here at Each Street Grill for taking care of us today.
You can come by and check them out. They're open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Bye.
Foodie Call is served fresh, presented by Pepsi. Burgers better with Pepsi.
News Bites is brought to you by Docomo Pacific Better Together, Fresco Clothing, original custom design apparel of Guam and the Marianas. Okay, everybody, I've been telling you about the Guam Industry Forum, right? Hosted by the Society of American Military Engineers. There's a video up where I interviewed my friends Phil Santos and Crystal Pacos-Tanagasin, where they talk about the themes, everything that's going to be happening for engineers, for architects, for contractors, for subcontractors, for everybody involved in the ecosystem of the just litany, the glut of construction projects that are happening right here. A lot of opportunity, a lot of big complex projects, a lot of money to be made. So please make sure to go head over here. Register right now for the Guam Industry Forum on the 28th through the 30th over at the Dusitani. There is a lot to see, to do, to innovate, to network. It's going to be really, really big. I had the time of my life there. I learned a ton about this stuff, right? Construction management. And for our friends at GCC, UOG's Engineering School and GCC's Construction Management. Good stuff going on there. All right. Bloom and Hope is an amazing, amazing gala that's being put on by our friends at Vero, right? Victims advocates reaching out, and we need to show our support for Vero because they support victims in need and the services and resources they provide for them. So please make sure to tell your boss, let your supervisor know, or save up and get a chair, get a seat, get a table on Saturday the 10th over at the Leo Palace, because this is the annual event that we can show Vera our support and say thank you and see Juice Masi for everything that they do for our island community. Amazing people. I know a board member or two, and they're really, really good people. Very, very compassionate. All right. And then UOG's Golf Challenge, everybody. We are talking distance right now, right? Country Club of the Pacific. So, there's a reason why we call it God's country, everybody. You got the nice rolling hills, down there in Talafofo, but you also got some really serious southern breeze down there. Let's go see if Mother Nature is going to help your long ball a little bit. You might be able to see. And if you're playing from 11 to 3, optimal time to just smash off the tee, right? So everybody make sure and register. It's going to be on August 30th. That's a Sunday, right? The day of rest, kinda, for people that are going to hit the links there. Make sure to go there, show off your long game, and we'll see you at the driving range over there at CCP. All right, we are going to roll into your island weekend with tonight's birthday shoutouts. Who are we celebrating tonight and this weekend? Let's go find out.
I don't know what I've been told.
I don't know what I've been told.
Someone here is getting old.
Someone here is getting old.
Your Cold Stone Creamery birthday cake winner
for this week goes to...
Okay, everybody, we are ending this week with a positive note. Malia Flores is this week's winner of a Cold Stone Creamery ice cream cake. They are wonderful. They are delicious. They are going to make somebody's day. And as our birthday celebrant, Malia, one of several, you are this week's extra birthday present winner. So we hope you enjoy your prize, and look out for a message from us to let you know we can swing by Cold Stone Creamery and say, hey, I'm this week's winner. Want to wish your special someone a happy birthday? Just click the QR code here on your screen or email birthdayclub@kuam.com. All right, boys and girls, before we let you go, it has been a very long and emotional week for all of us here on the island, and most especially for our friends up in the CMI, particularly in Rhoda. So please, if you get some time this weekend, think about what you might be able to do. Think about donating. Think about making some sort of contribution, and definitely send your thoughts and your prayers and your love up to our friends in Rhoda, really, really struggling after Super Typhoon Bobby passed through them. Thank you for everything that you are doing for our island community and for our friends up north. I'm Jason Salas, and for all of us here at KUAM, please have a safe weekend. See you on Monday.
It's the One Micronesia Show, brought to you by Bank of Hawaii. Reach your possible.
Ali, Mogitin, Hafajay Zantiro, Rananim, Kasleli, Lengo, and Yakwe. Welcome back to another amazing episode of the One Micronesia Show. So before I kick off the show, I'd like to thank my sponsors, Bank of Hawaii, but also thank these individuals and organizations who helped me here in Yap put this show together. So I'd like to thank iBoom Telecommunications, who helped me during my contribution to Typhoon Bobby's coverage in Guam. Also would like to thank Yap Catholic High School and the Micronesian Seminar for, one, inviting me to the special screening of Nicole's documentary, and the other, helping me use their facilities like this during the show. So thank you so much to everybody who helped to put the show together. All right, so let's kick off the show with this. I did have the opportunity to finally sit down and watch the full-length documentary, Ramatau, People of the Ocean. Check it out. While visiting Yap, I had the privilege of attending a special screening of Ramatau, People of the Ocean, a powerful documentary following Dr. Nicole Yamase's historic expedition to Challenger Deep, the deepest known point on Earth inside the Marianas Trench. But what unfolded on screen became much more than a story about one extraordinary dive. Hosted inside Yap Catholic High School's library, the screening brought together students, educators, government leaders, and members of the community for an evening of reflection. Before the lights dimmed, Yap Catholic High School's Special Projects Coordinator welcomed guests and introduced Dr. Nicole Yamase,
a proud daughter of Micronesia who hails from the islands of Chuuk and Pohnpei, and who through years of hard work has made her mark as a pioneer scientist whose work has seamlessly bridged cutting-edge marine science with deep-rooted indigenous stewardship. Dr. Yamase has made history as the first Pacific Islander, the first Micronesian, the fourth woman, and the second youngest person to descend to the deepest known point on Earth, which is the Challenger Deep in the Mariana Trench.
As the film unfolded, so did the whirlwind of emotions.
As a Micronesian, there's a deeper connection that we have with the ocean.
There were moments that inspired hope, moments that celebrated perseverance, and moments that confronted difficult conversations surrounding identity, belonging, and racial prejudice. For many in the room, this wasn't simply watching a documentary. It was seeing pieces of their own story reflected back at them. When the credits rolled, the conversations were only beginning. I had the opportunity to speak with those in attendance to hear what resonated with them the most and why Ramthao, People of the Ocean, is a story every Micronesian should experience.
I felt so much emotions to see how somebody from our own country represent all of us in all at once, to go down to the Challenger Deep. It's really touching to see somebody be an example of stepping out of the box and your comfort zone and achieving great things.
I was really surprised seeing a girl dive in the deeper sea, and I'm really interested to know more about the marine because I'm also interested in navigating.
I was so interested, especially the navigation and the culture they were talking about and how to learn about the ocean.
I feel inspired. I also wanted to go and explore the ocean, and it was very inspiring because she even gives encouragement about her life, and I think that she's a brave girl.
I thought it was very powerful. It was very moving. For myself, especially as a Micronesian Yapese living in Guam for a few years for college, it gave me something to associate myself with. It gave me something that resonates with me. That's a positive thing. There's a lot of negativity going around, but it made me proud to be Micronesian.
It's not just something that I researched because I'm a marine biologist. Got invited to dive to the bottom of the Marianas Trench.
Holy cow, that's actually a really big deal.
I will be going as the first Micronesian.
I hope she serves as an inspiration to Micronesian young people.
Oh my gosh, that's the bottom.
Nicole Yamase became the first Pacific Islander.
They didn't even see the word Micronesian.
If our islands are too small to be seen on the map, then you make them see you.
Now, I just hear my people, how bad we are.
I've tutored kids embarrassed to say that he was Micronesian.
Our ancestors, they were scientists. They're astronomers. Ma, you would always say your job is to find the way out of the storm.
Papa Mao.
You just gotta look for the light.
Before others called us Micronesian, we called ourselves Ramatao.
And again, a huge thank you to Yap Catholic High School for inviting me to watch and see this full-length show. We're going to take a break, but when we come back, we get to sit down with Dr. Nicole Yamase. We'll be right back.
It's the One Micronesia Show, brought to you by Bank of Hawaii. Reach your possible.
Tourism is Guam's #1 industry. It creates jobs and brings in spending. When a visitor comes to Guam, they spend their money on hotels, on transportation, on shopping, on dining out. They're happy they came to Guam. You know who else is happy? The hotel they stayed in and the bellhop at the hotel. The tour bus drivers and tour guides. The stores they shopped at and the banks they used, the restaurant and the waitstaff, the supplier who delivered the ingredients, and the farmer who supplied the produce. From real estate to retail, tourism has a positive impact on every industry. When tourists pay taxes, it means locals pay less. Let's make sure our local economy grows so it becomes stronger and more sustainable. Make Guam a better place to live, work, and visit. Support tourism.
It's the One Micronesia Show, brought to you by Bank of Hawaii. Reach your possible.
One Micronesia Show continues, and after 6 years, I finally got the opportunity to sit down with Dr. Nicole Yamase. Check it out. Shortly after the screening, I finally had the chance to sit down with Dr. Nicole Yamase. For longtime One Micronesia viewers, her story may already sound familiar. Just a month after completing her historic dive to Challenger Deep, we caught up with Nicole over Zoom to reflect on that incredible achievement. Now, 6 years later, we were finally able to continue that conversation in person.
How does it feel? There's always so many emotions involved, especially all the different events that have happened since the dive, with completing the dive to finishing up my PhD, field work, graduating, meeting the Remetao community, connecting with Nainoa at PVS, and just trying to figure out life, what's next.
Nicole picked up right where our last conversation ended. She reflected on the years that followed the dive, the organizations she worked alongside, the communities she continued to serve, and how that once-in-a-lifetime journey ultimately inspired a deeper commitment to giving back.
And so after graduation, I took a year off to just, process everything, but also figure out, what do I do now? And so I took a year off. I was part of the Blue Prosperity Micronesia Nat Geo Pristine Seas expedition. I traveled the world to go and do keynote speeches just to share our story about my dive. And I think those were really important steps that solidified what I wanted to do after, which was always to give back to community. The director of the film, while we were filming, he's like, what do you want to do now? And I said, all I want to do is give back to my community and, help protect our ocean. And so it was through Dan, who's like, oh, I know an org called One Reef who does just that and works in Micronesia. So he connected me with my boss, and I was able to be director of impact for them.
Although the documentary begins with Nicole's expedition into the deepest part of the ocean, she says the true heart of the film lies in the stories of others. By featuring respected Micronesian leaders living in Hawaii, Remetao reminds us that every journey contributes to a larger story of our people.
Usually when people tell stories, there's always one hero that's on a pedestal, and all the attention goes to them. In our way of telling story, the Micronesian way, the Pacific Islander way, it's all about community. It's never about one person. And so even though I went down to the deep, it wasn't about me. It was about community. It was representing our culture and how to uplift everybody. In the film, we have Uncle Max, Uncle Thomas, Jeremy, Uncle Wally. They too also, it's not about them. You see in the film that we all know that we serve a bigger purpose beyond ourselves. And although we finish school or we have businesses, it's never about that. It's always about how do we give back to the communities who supported us along the way? Because there's no way we would be here today if it wasn't for them. And so Remetao highlights that. The way we tell stories, again, it's never about the individual, it's about community.
At its foundation, Remetao, People of the Ocean, serves as a tribute to Master Navigator Papa Maupiailu, a visionary whose teachings helped revive traditional navigation in Polynesia and Hawaii and inspired generations across Oceania. Nicole shares why honoring his legacy became one of the film's greatest purpose.
Let me tell you, when I was on that ship, my first morning I got to Guam, I was on the deck, and I was in my darkest storms. I was like, why am I here? Why me? Am I enough? Am I Micronesian enough? And I was having this cheesy moment you see in movies, send me a sign. And I did just that. I said, I need a sign to know that I am meant to be here, that I am enough to represent our people. And I never knew that there was a cargo ship called Papa Mau. When I was looking out, it came in and it turned. And that's when I saw the name Papa Mau. And that was the clearest sign I could have ever gotten. And so one of the also takeaways for our youth is to know that, you know, our ancestors are listening. They're here. When you ask for something, they're gonna send you signs. And that's exactly what happened during my first morning on Pressure Drop, when I was just in self-doubt and drowning in my storms. Papa Mau came and said, Nikki, it's gonna be okay.
Before our conversation came to a close, Nicole shared what she hopes audiences, especially young Micronesians, take away after watching the film.
I want our kids to be proud. I want them to see this film and say, I'm Micronesian. I come from a culture that revolves around the ocean. I want them to know that we are so blessed, that we are so lucky to be from Micronesia. We could have been born somewhere else in the whole world, but we're from our beautiful islands of Micronesia. I just want them to be proud. That's really it. And to know that even though they may be far away from home, home will always be there for them. And that they will always, life will bring them home one way or another. I'm based in Honolulu. I've been there for 16 years. And for me, I get to go home through the work that I do with One Reef. Like some of our kids may not go home in 20 years, 30 years, but maybe down the road in 50 years, they'll go home. They're gonna go home at the right time. When it's their turn, when it's the right time for them to go home, it's gonna happen. When the stars align, it's gonna happen.
She also explains how communities can request future screenings.
There is no set date of when it'll be available to the public. It's currently going through film festivals. I do as much screening as I can when I travel for work. There's the Niatera website for Rameta where you can submit requests for screening, and then we can work on that opportunity to watch it.
Dream boldly, stay rooted in your culture, and never forget where you come from.
I hope you're ready for Remetao. This is a story that needs to be told, especially for our Micronesian kids. And I hope this story brings hope, but I also hope it makes them feel proud of who they are as Micronesians. I just want the world to see how beautiful Micronesia is and how deeply connected we are to the ocean, how it's been vital to how we are today, how we're living, and everything that we do is connected to the ocean.
Thank you so much, Nikki, for all that you did, from the dive to the documentary, and all that you will continue to do to help our people. Guys, we're going to take a break and we'll be back with more of the One Micronesia Show.
It's the One Micronesia Show, brought to you by Bank of Hawaii. Reach your possible.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
It's the One Micronesia Show, brought to you by Bank of Hawaii. Reach your possible.
One Micronesia Show continues. On Monday, July 6th, Typhoon Bobby made landfall to Guam and the rest of the Marianas. This is the first time in 12 years that I have not in Guam to help my fellow brothers and sisters from KUAM do coverage and disseminate information. I was sad, but luckily, I had a chance to help. Here's my story.
As my trip to Yap was coming to an end, a different kind of story was beginning. Super Typhoon Bobby was strengthening north of Chuuk and forecasted to move towards the Mariana Islands. For the first time in more than 14 years of my career at KUAM, I wasn't on Guam during a major typhoon event. As the storm drew closer, one question stayed on my mind. How can I still help? The answer came early the next morning. Around 5 o'clock, reports began coming in that many parts of the island were losing power, internet, and cellular service. As communication became increasingly difficult, our community still needed timely information. So from 5 in the morning until 5 in the evening, I worked remotely from Yap, helping publishing updates and support our newsroom and news team as the storm unfolded. Eventually, even my own internet connection at home became unreliable, so I packed up my laptop and headed into town in search of a stronger connection. There was one place that I knew I could count on, and that's iBoom Telecommunications. With the generous support of Lebu and his team, I was welcomed in and given access to fast, reliable network that allowed me to continue serving our viewers back home on Guam. With download speeds reaching nearly 300 megabytes per second and uploads exceeding 140, distance quickly became less of an obstacle. Working alongside Team KUAM with Don Sulat stationed at the Guam Joint Information Center and Matsuki Hirayama, who was posted at KUAM headquarters in Harmon, we continued delivering verified information to the people who needed it the most, one update at a time. That experience reminded me of something I'll never forget. Serving your community isn't about where you are, it's about showing up whenever you're needed. Sometimes that means standing in the middle of a storm. Other times it means helping from hundreds of miles away. Because no matter where we are across Micronesia, when one island needs us, we all answer the call. And that's the true spirit of One Micronesia. I want to say thank you to iBoom Telecommunications for giving me the opportunity to set up shop at their place to help with coverages for Typhoon Bobby in Guam. And I also think that it shows how great technology is today, that no matter where you're out in the world, you can always contribute and help out in any way possible. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with more of the One Micronesia Show.
It's the One Micronesia Show, brought to you by Bank of Hawaii. Reach your possible.
If you're looking for the future of football, it's gonna be me.
Capaz que no sabe quién soy todavía. Pero pronto lo vas a saber.
Great goal kick.
Wait, you thought that was great? I'm gonna be so big. I wouldn't even be able to walk down the street.
Ah, então se liga. Eu vou ser o maior artilheiro da Copa.
Not if I'm playing.
Ei, cara, sai do meu sonho.
It's my dream too, bro.
So, don't wait for the future. Drive it. Next starts now.
It's the One Micronesia Show, brought to you by Bank of Hawaii. Reach your possible.
One Micronesia Show, and we're down to our last and final part. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the One Mic Jam Sesh. Check it out.
Prepara tu piqueo.